Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
And they'll be led out by a much-discussed third-rounder in last year's draft, the second-year pro out of Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Jawan Bentley, the one to get in and finish off the play.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. In early second and long they're facing.
First carry now for David Montgomery.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long.
Here's Ridder.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by a man who took that huge jump everyone had hoped for in year 2. One of the game's brightest young stars, and that's Trevor Lawrence.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time, and he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. Hey, look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He finds the rookie, Zay Flowers.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Add this gain to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Only a yard of the completion. It's 2nd and goal. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
The DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for the sack. The kick by Elliott is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down.
He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Jerick McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Here's 3rd and 10. Now Lawrence. Right side, complete to Mechie.
There he goes, right side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
We look at this Browns defense.
And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
He finds McKinnon complete. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10.
Looking to throw it here, Ritter.
He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Ritter here on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments points in this game, but plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Ritter. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. The loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. When you look at this defense, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Try to sit on a lead and play that way. That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Lawrence has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
And the San Diego 1st down.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. You know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What do I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Set for the 2nd quarter. San Diego in possession of the football. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Ritter back to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Ritter now looking to throw it this time. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
Second down throw coming for Ritter. He's going to find his tight end Gray complete.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Caught by Montgomery. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday I'm press it a little bit. This might be the case.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Aiden Hutchinson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Here's Lawrence to throw.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
Picked off by Robert Spillane. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Ritter to throw it.
Incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, They may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
San Diego.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Goodwin. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Back to throw, Ritter. Finding more on the out route for the completion. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Ritter. And that is incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
2nd and 10 now. It's Ritter. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes Rager. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the shotgun, Lawrence. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. A Ritter's throw complete there to Johnson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Ritter will set up to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Ritter throwing on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Ritter on the fourth down try. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And as a result, possession switches hands. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
On second down, Lawrence.
He finds McKinnon, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
This now a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that one finds the Falcons out in front. Brandon Ayuk, a touchdown reception. From there we say, so long, America. Hello, England. As we head over the Atlantic to check out the action in London. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Baker Mayfield, excellent in the victory as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. But this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle.
Good one.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Aiden Hutchinson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming down to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. On second down, Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
Ritter now. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Aaron Donald, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On second down, it's Goodwin. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The 13 yards that time of the first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, Lawrence. Flushed out right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a first down.
And the San Diego first down.
Now a give. This is McKinnon. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. Lawrence will throw. Escapes the sack. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash here. Should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out.
Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down. The big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken at the 46. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
On 2nd down now, it's Goodwin. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And not nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
2nd and 10. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Ritter back to throw. Pass caught. It's Davis on the crossing route.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And this offense on 3rd down today, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
51 yards rushing forward in the ball game now on 14 carries.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Option left, and Ritter keeps it.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Montgomery.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Fielded just inside the 20.
13 yards the tally on the return there. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now Lawrence to throw. Throw caught by Flowers.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 26-yard line.
Lawrence.
Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Now Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45.
Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Browns are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Now a stoppage here for an injured player, and it's David Montgomery who is struggling a bit. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
speedster. It's Kareem Hunt. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Ritter from the gun on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
On the counter, Hunt.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. And that one too wide and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
He'll find more on the comeback route.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Here's Ritter.
They've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Handoff, it's McKinnon.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So now the Browns down by 6, 1:50 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Now Ritter. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. Ritter, as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's fourth.
It's fourth down.
Here's Ritter. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Lawrence to a knee, and that will write a finish to this one.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for our visitors,